What's going on, guys? Today we are talking Leonard Fournette. Okay, Leonard Fournette, running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to talk today and see how I feel about where he's going. Well, I'm not even going to hide it from you. Leonard Fournette is a beast, and I think that he is being actually criminally undervalued right now. I think where he's going at the end of the first round, beginning of the second, is far too late. I think people will be a little bit sad if they fade him and take someone else, either a receiver or another running back over him. But let's look at what he did last year and kind of talk a little bit why I'm feeling that way on Leonard Fournette. So last year he played 13 games. I know he did miss a few games because of that ankle injury and definitely slowed down his rookie season, but he still had very good stats. He had 1,040 yards, 3.9 a carry, not the greatest, but 9 touchdowns, and then he also had 36 receptions, 302 yards and a touchdown in those 13 games that he played. So if we actually look at his game-by-game stats, he was pretty consistent throughout the year. He had pretty much averaging over 15 points a game. He had 2 games where he had less than 10 points, but other than that, every other game that he played, he scored at least 10 points per game, a lot of times eclipsing 20. So I mean, he was a really solid week in, week out guy. Now let's think a little bit more about what the Jaguars did over the offseason, and acquiring Andrew Norwell. That alone, for me, is one of the reasons why I'm ranking Leonard Fournette above some of the other running backs that are going near the end of the first round. Their offensive line was already pretty good, and I mean, most of us know with Blake Bortles that he's not a very good NFL quarterback. He's serviceable, but they really want this team to be centered around the run game. It's pretty apparent when they took Fournette at the 4th overall pick last year that that's what they wanted to do. And they really wanted the running game to be their centerpiece of their offense, and Fournette was going to be the main reason for that. They let Chris Ivory go, so TJ Yeldon is the only backup, so there's not really any competition for Leonard Fournette to have many carries stolen from him this year. And they also let Allen Robinson go, so they're you could argue that their wide receiver core is even weaker than it was last year. So there's all signs are really pointing to the Jaguars resting their entire season on Leonard Fournette being a beast. And yes, you can make the argument that he's had ankle injuries before in college and it's crept into his NFL career, sure. But I would make the counterpoint that you can argue that any player in the NFL can get hurt at any given moment, and the only reason that I'm going to fade someone for an injury is if they're actually hurt going into the season, or if they just have such a tremendous injury history that they've never really done anything with their career that it would be stupid to assume that they'd be healthy. So neither of those two things really check out for Fournette. I have no reason to fade him. With an upgraded offensive line and another year or a year under his belt now going into his second year season, I could see Fournette leading the NFL in rushing yards. I could see his receptions going up. Again, their receiving core is not as good. Granted, they didn't have Allen Robinson at all last year due to that ACL injury in the first week, but they're basically not any better off at the receiving position. This is going to be a running team, and if Fournette can stay healthy, then I really see no reason why Fournette wouldn't be one of the top 3 running backs finishing the year. And I think it's crazy if you draft him as, I think right now he's going about running back 7, running back 8. I think that's a little bit crazy. I would definitely take him over Alvin Kamara. I think he's going to get more consistent touches. I'd take him over Kareem Hunt, Dalvin Cook, and I just think Fournette's going to have a fantastic year. But anyway, guys, if you want to know how I feel about the rest of the draftable players for 2018, feel free to click the link in the description box, and you can download my PPR tiers for free. I will be sending those updates to you guys throughout August and September to make sure that you can crush it in your draft. Anyway, peace.